right.
We're getting better.
Corey, Piper, and Joe back with you on this Sunday. It is Mother's Day today.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Shout out to my mom, Sally, and my wife, Jess.
Susan. It's my mom.
Yeah. Piper.
Kelly.
That's
my mom.
For all the moms that belong here at the gym or otherwise out setting a good example for fitness and well-being for your kids, you're doing a huge favor for your kids by setting that example. Our kids look up to us, moms and dads both, and the actions that we make. And so if you're out there pursuing being better, your kids are going to notice that. They may not apply it to fitness, but they see that you're going to work hard for what you want. Obviously I'm pretty biased. I think that's one of the best things you can do in terms of setting an example.
Talking about working out?
Yeah, just setting an example. Actions always speak louder than words. And so those of you that are in here and doing that, bravo to you. If you're setting an example some other way and you're for some reason watching our videos about CrossFit, hey, go you as well. Continue to set that good example.
I'm glad we're that entertaining.
Yeah, I know, right? I know everybody's tuned in for the publishing of this, which probably won't be published on Mother's Day, so you still need to text your moms and let them know. First thing, we haven't really addressed Memorial Day, what we're doing for that. It's no real surprise to anybody that was here last year. Corey and I aren't huge fans of doing Murph every Memorial Day.
And we'll quickly cover it here in just a second.
Yeah. And our enthusiasm for this is a little dampened. We generally have been doing it on Monday. We started when we opened the gym on Saturday. We are going back to doing it on Saturday. So the gym will be open Saturday. We're going to have hour-long CrossFit sessions on there. I'm going to cap them at probably, 15 to 20 people. You can come in. You have that hour to do the hero workout of your choice.
Ooh. You're telling me this is a Choose Your Adventure Day?
It's a Choose Your Adventure Day. So Memorial Day is about recognizing all military men and women that have sacrificed their lives for the freedom that we have in this country. If you want to honor Murph and that's your thing, by all means go to it. I think Corey and I have talked. We're going to do Witten, and then we kind of plotted out the time that it's going to take to do Witten.
So when he said Witten,
and we're thinking maybe not Witten anymore.
When he was like, "Hey, which of these do you want to do?" And I was like, Witten, because we've done that. That doesn't look too bad. And then we actually got into the math of
how bad it is.
Oh man, this is probably going to be longer.
Yeah, it's probably going to be about 45, 55 minutes.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be close to an hour-long workout.
What is it?
So it's 22 kettlebell swings at 70, 22 burpees, 400 meter run, 22 something else, 22 something else. And it's 5 rounds of that.
Wall balls.
Yeah, wall balls are in there.
Well,
was it box jumps? It might be box jumps.
I think it's
burpees and kettlebell swings and then a 400 meter run.
Let me give our Witten. Oh, I've done it. 41 minutes.
Oh, well, I mean, it's going to take me 62.
So it's 22 kettlebell swings with the 70, 22 box jumps, 400 meter run, 22 burpees, and 22 wall balls.
Yeah. And then is it a heavy wall ball or not?
No, okay. It's from July 14th of 21. So probably a little less fit.
Yeah. So again, any hero workout you want to do, that's your prerogative.
What if we want to do Murph?
Then do Murph.
Yeah. So when we were talking about it, is one of the things hey man, Memorial Day is for all.
Yeah.
And we've got hyper focused on just one specific workout, which again, that workout does mean something to a lot of people, and there's a good reason behind it, but it's man, there's so many other hero workouts that we don't ever do. So let's branch out a little bit.
And I think sometimes people can also feel pressure to do Murph.
Yeah.
Because everybody else does Murph, and maybe your fitness isn't quite at that level where you should undertake it.
Yeah. There are a lot of people that I don't think should do Murph. I
agree. And there's not many people that should do Murph RX unpartitioned.
Oh, 100%. For anyone that doesn't know, if you're oh my gosh, I don't know hero workouts, if you go into your app and you hit your profile button, You have access to all of the hero workouts. There's like 100 that you can choose.
Well, and we also like to honor the heroes on the day the event happened.
Yeah.
In general. And so we had looked at Murph and we thought about moving it to July 4th, and I toyed with the idea with some people. And I'll be honest, it terrified people because it's going to be hotter.
It's going to be real hot.
So, there was some concern with that because Operation Red Wing happened at the end of June when it happened. Conflicting with that is at the end of June, I always do Hot Shots 19. I do the 7 on the anniversary of that. So I really like to do the hero workouts
on the day.
On the day, and I think you looked to see if there were any around Memorial Day.
There was one. I don't remember what it was, but I know that whatever it was, like wouldn't. It would be
and when we first looked at it, we looked at feasibility for it to be a class.
Yeah, and this one, I think it had several barbells maybe.
Yeah.
And it was like, man, like this just wouldn't be a realistic class. It would be chaos.
So we do expect a little bit of chaos in there. You're welcome to join us with Witten. You're welcome to stay with Murph. You're welcome to choose the other one that you want.
No kidding.
Yeah, that was CrossFit.com's workout of the day.
I've been trying to get Joe to do
Safar.
What is it? Safar?
Yeah.
SPEHAR.
Yeah.
That would be.
So again, anyways, we'll set it up. We'll see how the heats feel, and then we'll have our barbecue and our beers. That's also the other reason as a why for Saturday, because Monday's Memorial Day. We all go to work on Tuesday. So
you don't want to be wrecked.
I would just rather give you some time. You can come in Sunday, mobilize, have some recovery, and then spend Monday with your family and friends, barbecuing. It's my wife's birthday, exactly on Memorial Day. So that's another reason I'm going to go out and spend some time with my wife.
So Joe, just to clarify, the gym will be closed on Monday?
The gym will be closed on Monday.
What will I do?
I don't know. Hopefully you pushed hard enough on Saturday that coming in on Monday doesn't even register.
Yeah.
Speaking of, that Monday is the 29th. It will start our deload week, which also means it's Bring a Friend week.
Hey, if you have friends, bring an associate week.
Yeah. Bring a, colleague week. Bring an acquaintance week.
Bring a person that you know week. Or bring a person week.
I'm on the street.
If your friend came
in
last time we had one, they can come again. No pressure, none of that stuff. I'm going to follow up a little bit more than I did this last one with your friends that come in. I ended up going on vacation and just didn't have the time to follow up with people. It just kind of got behind on me and with the comp. So we're going to follow up. Also going to be offering a referral bonus.
I'm excited.
Informally, we talked about, I'd give them half off a month the first month, or they could buy 3 months or buy 2 months, get one free. This last time, I didn't cycle that out around. So basically, this one's going to be your friend signs up, you get $40. They get $40 off their first month.
So both me
you
and
want to
my
give
friend,
them your $40 so they get half off?
Oh, man.
That's up to you.
They get $80 off if I'm generous?
If you're generous.
I'm not that good of a friend.
They do have to put your name on the form, so I know and can track that. If they write 2 names, I'm choosing the first. That's just the way it is.
Be the best friend.
Please, we'll get some promotion stuff out about that. Help us share. It was great success last time. We had 40 plus people.
Yeah, man, it was fun.
Yeah, we had 3 or 4 sign up. I don't know that there'll be partner workouts this week. We're looking at, we just came back from an affiliate summit, and one of the things that Fern said that is obvious, but don't program yourself into a problem.
Yeah.
So we're going to look at the workouts when they come out. We're going to make a decision what we're going to do there. If we're going to just write our own thing, but it won't have strength. We're not going to be teaching a 3-position snatch.
Yeah, we won't be doing single leg squat snatches or anything, so you can feel confident bringing your friends in.
Yeah.
Pistol snatches?
Yeah. We will have a little bit more lead time, so I do ask for, if you know your friends are coming, I will mock up a kind of sign-up sheet for the week. I'm not going to hold you to it, but just kind of when you think your friends are going to be here, so we can make sure we have enough staff. It's our job to make sure that they have an amazing experience, whether they're paying us or not. Because if they don't have an amazing experience, they're not going to sign up and pay us. and if 6 new people come to the 6 a.m. where we already have 14 people,
It's gonna be a rough
even
class.
even if it's a light and easy class to coach, it can be trying.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot of personalities. We all experienced the deer in headlights when we first walked into a gym. We know that feeling, and we just want to make sure everybody's comfortable. So we're going to have a little bit more organization and follow through applied to this.
It's gonna be better. I'm excited about Bring a Friend Week, and like,
Are you gonna bring a friend?
I don't think I have any friends. That
I know,
are
I was
here.
thinking, like, I'm going to post on my board, but, like, who's...
Yeah, all my friends are already
Like,
here.
all my friends have already known for about 6 years. I mean, and that was another cool thing with Dory. I was talking about, we've done Bring a Friends Weeks forever. He's like, have a guy that's come every week.
Oh,
We
yeah.
do it. And we do 3 or 4 a year. And he comes, and he said he's honestly referred to other people that became members.
Yeah. He didn't
And
even
then,
sign up.
Yeah, and then 3 years later, he finally signed up.
Yeah.
So, the answer is, what did he say? It's never no, it's not right now.
Yeah.
So your friends that have resisted CrossFit, try again.
Yeah. And just like,
Because something changed.
Yeah.
Maybe they heard from another person finally, that not in this town, that they more identify with, and they're like, "Oh, you do CrossFit too?
Yeah.
Oh man, I've been asked to do that for so long,
hearing about
but
this.
I was scared, and now maybe they're a little less scared.
yeah.
Maybe they're a little more financially stable, which isn't a problem with us if you know about our income-based pricing. But I'll leave that out for right now.
it's
There's
like,
always another opportunity. Things change.
looking in, like, we all know, if you're a member of our gym or if you've done CrossFit before, like, we all know this is universally scalable for anyone to do it. But it's still, like, looking in, if you don't do CrossFit, you look in and you still say, I can't do that. Like, I don't know how many times I've had the conversation with my mother that she's like, well, I can't do all that stuff that you guys do in your competitions. And I've told her over and over again, like, you don't have to.
Yeah.
So, like, I know one of these days I'm going to get her in here. You just got to keep on.
Just
it.
keep trying,
You just
and
gotta keep on it.
that's the funny thing is we hear it so many times after a competition, which we hosted 8 days ago, and it's like all these people are, everybody's so amazing, so many different body types.
Yeah.
This is incredible, but I can never do that. It's like, hang on, everything you just said before that
Says you can do
says
it.
you can do it, and also
But you can't.
you came to, and I don't want to say the tip of the spear, but the mindset of a competitive athlete, whether you were here scaled or whether you were here intermediate, we didn't have any RX.
Mindset's all the same.
It's a mindset, and it's a different mindset than just CrossFit. But you can absolutely do it, and you said that when you opened up your statement.
Yeah.
You saw the ages, you saw the body types, you saw the demographics. You can absolutely do this. You may not be ready to do it yet, but I bet you're closer than you think, and we would love the opportunity to prove to you that you can absolutely do this. Also, our life class is available for the Bring a Friend Week. It is a lower impact class. It stands for longevity and functional exercise. I would say the program will honestly probably be pretty similar to whatever we do that week. Yeah.
It's fun.
So
Their workouts were hard sometimes.
yeah,
I'd be on the board of it.
well, there's no skill to slow you down,
Yeah.
and that sounds harsh, and that's not what I mean. There's no overly complex high skill.
There's no barbell snatching. And
Yeah.
that's gonna excessively slow you down.
I think.
So then you're just talking about capacity, and it
Oh
can.
my god.
Was it the carries? Maybe the carries went to one of the life classes, and I was like, "How was it?" And he's like, "Dude, it wrecked me because there was nothing to slow me down." I was like, "Oh,
There's
100%.
one workout with like
Yeah.
shuttle runs and then like dumbbell deadlifts and squats, and they'd get through the 15 and 12 dumbbell deadlifts and squats,
It's
and
just
then they'd
running.
run, and then I was like, "Damn, dude." They're like, "Yeah, how many rounds are we supposed to get? Like 20?"
Oh my!
They're doing like 8 shuttle runs around.
goodness.
God.
And for those of you that are like they're members of our gym. Like, you guys trust us. Like, you know we're gonna take good care of your friends,
Yep.
unless you specifically give us direction to give them trouble, and then
Make them hate CrossFit.
And then, well, we won't make them hate it, but
we'll still give them trouble.
we'll still give them trouble. So that's some admin wrap up stuff. One of the things that we covered while Corey was gone was CrossFit gear.
CrossFit.
So we just wanted to touch back on that.
I didn't get to it sounds like we all kind of have the same opinion.
So Piper hasn't talked Very much. So we'll let her go first.
Piper.
What are your thoughts on CrossFit gear? She's
Wait,
gonna
wait,
steal all our
wait, hold
ideas.
on. First of all, you have to tell them what gear you have.
Okay, what gear I have? Let me rack. So what's currently in my backpack? I have a belt, but it's older, and I got it as a gift. So I'm gonna preface this by
Is
saying
it a Star Wars belt?
it's a Star Wars belt.
Oh my God, didn't see that coming.
Two Food doesn't make it anymore, so if I buy a new belt, I have
It's a
to pick
collector's
different.
item.
I have to pick a different design. I know, heartbreaking. So that was a present. I'm gonna preface this by saying I'm too broke to afford it without financially setting aside money. So I really want a pair of knee sleeves, but I have not attempted to purchase them yet, and I don't want stinky, smelly ones from in here.
So you could borrow mine,
Oh.
but they do not check that box. They're going to be pretty juicy.
So I have a belt. I have CrossFit shoes. I wear Nike Metcon 7s. Those are getting stinky, and I need a new pair too. I have lifters, which I got for Christmas. I have grips. I think I'm on my second pair. Definitely need to have had more pairs. They're still my bloody ones from the Open.
I remember that.
Yeah, I just
the
need to buy
victory
new
grips,
ones.
like they don't wipe off, so
No,
like
it's just stains.
It's just like blood.
Oh my god. And I wouldn't preface. I don't say I love victory grips. I just have never tried another brand.
Oh.
It seems that I tear in them, so maybe I need to venture out. I have grips belt. I have a jump rope. Super geeky, coiled and geeky. Basically, I mistreat all of my CrossFit equipment. But it works. And then I have wrist wraps because I want them in a comp. I wear them occasionally for like high volume overhead squatting. Really is kind of it. Maybe with wall walks if they're high volume too. Just where my wrist bones start to hurt.
Wrist bone.
Wrist bones.
Next to your bone.
And then I have like 40 junk headbands.
Okay.
And I think that's all of my CrossFit.
And I bet all those are those pretty gnarly?
Oh, they're all pretty stanky.
Yeah, I believe it. I like how she's like, I don't want stinky knee sleeves, although all of my other stuff is
Well,
gross.
if it's mine, it's okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, Corey, you?
All right, so we'll go gear that I have. I have grips. I have a weightlifting belt. I have specific like CrossFit shoes. I have a jump rope over there. I had lifters, but I ended up, I think, giving them away. Because, well, I'll get into the how, what, when, why, where, and I think that's all I have over there.
You have your jump rope.
Yeah, I got my jump rope. Like I have a couple jump ropes.
Yeah.
And then I do also have like they're not wrist wraps, but they're like sweat bands. And if you've ever seen me in the middle of a workout, like that's
For
why.
That, mostly.
Yeah, mostly for like rig stuff. And then tape. I got tape. I'm a tape fiend. So,
I
yeah.
also have tape.
Yeah. What about you?
Pretty similar. I have lifters. I've had them literally 10 years, I think, at this point.
You've had those lifters since
I feel
I've
like when
been
I
here
see
for
people
sure.
with lifters in the gym, you can tell when they started CrossFit because
Yeah.
it's their first pair.
Yeah, those are like the original.
So these are
Reebok
actually my
lifters.
second pair. I bought a pair, and they when I bought them, they were called hybrid lifters, and so they're like, oh, these are good for Metcons. They were not. They were terrible. I ran and did box jumps in them and just completely destroyed them, so I had to buy a new pair. And so the lifters that I have, I don't honestly wear that often because I have good ankle mobility.
Great.
I do still like to wear them for Olympic lifting, but a lot of times I'm just too lazy to put them on. I'm already doing something. I already have my shoes on. Right now I'm wearing Metcons, Nanos.
Yeah.
I'm wearing Nanos. I've got Metcons Nobles. Really just, as long as they're not the Noble Trainer Plus, I don't really care what's on my foot.
That's fair.
And I like the Trainer Plus for coaching. I just don't like it for
CrossFit.
So interesting
CrossFit.
for like jumping. And
Yeah,
like
they're
running
just really heavy.
movements.
I'm sure you could get used to them. Grips. I'm a Victory Grip guy. I've tried other grips. I really only like Victory Grip. Corey's got the new Sky Hill grips, which honestly are just too grippy for me. They scare me.
See, I love that grippy stuff.
And I use tactical grips, and I'll tear every once in a while. I tore on Monday, but that was my fault for just
After throwing shade at me for tearing.
Well, and it was humid in here and 40 bar muscle ups, and I just didn't think I was going to hit that volume. I hadn't been anywhere near that volume, That wasn't the grip's fault. That was my fault.
Yeah. I mean, and that's part of it.
Have a jump rope. I have knee sleeves. I hardly ever wear them. I have wrist wraps. Not sweat guards, actual wrist wraps, which I used to wear all the time. Anything that was overhead, even bench or front rack,
Wrist wraps.
I'd wear them. And it turns out, didn't help my wrists. I have a belt. I'll wear it on super heavy days. 85% and above. I never wear a belt for Olympic lifts. I will always catch the belt on the pole. I never feel like I actually pull close until I put a belt on.
Yep.
And then it clips the belt.
Yep.
And I miss the lift. So prior to you, if you can do it, I can't. I don't like it.
So okay, necessary. So this is what we have.
Yeah, so this is what we have. So what do we think is necessary in what order?
So like we'll say you are a new CrossFit, you're on, we'll say like a budget.
Yeah.
What are the things that you need first to last?
First thing I bought when I started here 2 years ago was trainers.
Okay, so I know we talked earlier about like the couple things that you need.
Yeah.
I didn't think about shoes. I think 100% shoes.
And I was actually going to say the
I
same
worked out
thing.
these.
Shoes were not my first.
Oh geez, hold on. Oh, you keep going.
Shoes were not my first thing that I was going to state, but after talking about this, shoes are absolutely one of the first
100%.
purchases you should make, because you're most likely wearing running shoes and you're just not going to be in position to lift optimally in running shoes.
All right, take that off. Is it stinky? It's
No.
probably stanky.
These
All
are
right.
the shoes I used to work out in.
So
They're from Walmart.
What we're talking about, hopefully you all know this stuff, but if you're new to CrossFit, like when you're buying a shoe, you don't want
It absorbs all your force.
this giant heel with this squishy. You probably can't see it. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe you can. You don't want the squishy. So, like the shoes I wear are not squishy. They're pretty hard. I'm glad she said that, because as soon as she said it, I was like, oh, shoes, I
Yeah.
think should probably
I
be.
watch people
They were my
walk
first
in with some of their
CrossFit
shoes. Nurses are especially guilty of this. They wear their nursing shoes in here, and I get why you wear them.
No, 100%.
100% why you wear them for your job.
But for lifting,
We need to get some other shoes in
They-
here.
You're gonna
they
fall
are-
and
forward.
you can go buy a pair of cheap Converse.
Yeah.
And be fine in here.
Vans.
yeah, I mean, you get.
You don't have to buy a
You could
Noble
go,
or
you'd be
a Nano
better off going barefoot
than
than wearing.
those super cushiony shoes.
Yeah, and I've told people in here before when we have like heavy squats or deadlifts, I'm like, dude, take your shoes off, because you trying to pull that heavy weight is like you trying
You're
to
trying to
jump
lift on a
insane.
marshmallow.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
especially
it's-
in running
Yeah.
shoes, because they're firm, but they're a lot of foam.
They're squish.
Yeah.
They're squishy nonsense.
Yeah. It's not gonna be good. So absolutely, I think shoes first.
Yep.
Yeah, that was my first purchase.
Shoes should be
2 and
nice,
3.
hybrid.
Thank you.
2 and 3 are gonna be interesting.
I'm trying to remember, because mine's recent enough that I can remember the order that I
Depending on the level of athlete you are when you come in,
I think my next one was grips.
Mine
I think
was jump rope.
I'm gonna go grips
I bought grips second, I think.
because we do provide jump ropes.
Yeah.
They're not great jump ropes, but you can get through class.
Yeah, and I feel like people don't attempt to learn dubs until they feel a little bit more confident.
Well, and the other issue
that's kind of what
is
it's really
a jump
for.
rope is very specific, and if you go too light, too fast, aka the mistake I made,
Yeah.
you can't feel the rope, so you can't get dubs.
Yeah.
So you'll say
Unless you're just a super coordinated person, and then you're doing dubs on our generic ropes anyways. So
So back when I bought, so my order of things was a little off, because there were grips back when.
yeah,
started,
when I started, there were not grips.
but there were you could get them on Amazon, like the
Joe
two
was
finger.
a caveman,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, I
It was
was saying,
the old
Joe,
gymnastics
did they even
grips, they were
have
terrible.
gymnastics bars when you were?
Honestly, no, rope didn't exist.
See,
You
That's old
found
school,
somebody
man.
that owned like a
welded
steel,
some stuff.
and they welded the rig together and
that's
tried to
fun
make
there.
the bar as smooth as possible, but everybody was ripping everywhere.
Yeah, oh,
no,
yeah.
Were they most of them taped back then too?
Some of them would be taped. They weren't powder coated. Like,
It was Wild West, man.
Yeah.
it was
You're
rusty.
falling off. If
Yeah,
your hands
man.
are kind of wet, you're just eating it.
And the grips that I got, because I remember like I did Murph the first year and I destroyed my hands, like basically from like the second knuckle
Piper
like
in the
all
open.
Yeah,
dude,
it was
it was carnage.
It hurts so bad.
It was, but the only grips they had were like those 2-finger leather ones with the little strap that would dig into your wrist. So like,
that was my first pair.
Yeah.
But it was after about 4 years.
and I think I used them like maybe for 3 reps, and I was like, nope, I'll just rip.
Yep.
So like I get it. Now there's enough out there. Like I use Sky Hill grips. They're great. Joe likes Victory grips. They're great. There are so many companies that have just so many different types.
Yeah.
There's got to be some. Oh, and the ones the worst, like they were thick. I remember like my first grips were like a half-inch thick. It was ratchet.
And we've got lots of extra grips here. Try them. See what seems to be your style.
Yeah. Usually people are pretty cool about like, hey, you want to try these to see how they feel.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've made the mistakes. We bought the wrong ones for our hand or our style, or
Everybody's
And even with
torn.
Victory, you've got tactical. You've got the
Freedom
leather freedom. You've got holes, 2 holes, 3 holes.
Yeah. I know the ones I have like the oval ones with the button, and then they have the not oval ones that are a little square without the buttons. And
I would also say buy your grips a little larger than you think.
yeah, their charts are always weird.
Yeah. Because it's called the dowel effect. You want it to kind of fold over in your hand. Takes some getting used to, but once you get used to, you find out why you want that. And the dowel effect is like in gymnasts, there's literally a bar that
like a little
goes through the
dowel
grip.
line,
There's actually a dowel, and that's what holds the gymnasts on the bar.
You can't do that in CrossFit.
easier. You can't actually have a dowel, but you can have
make
a
one.
dowel effect.
Yeah.
And so you do that by having a little bit larger grip.
Okay, so second is grips, 100%.
I wouldn't say 100%. I'd say it depends on who you are. If you're not on the pull-up bars,
Okay.
if you don't have a pull-up, we can talk about some jump ropes.
Yeah. I think grips, I don't know, because
But I just
still
the
got
problem
knee
with jump
raise.
rope is because
I think
hip swings.
Yeah, I think ascending to a pull-up.
I wouldn't argue against grips being second.
Yeah.
But I could understand somebody arguing a jump rope for second.
Wait, before we go any further on that, and we talked about this, I think everyone agrees, is even though you have your grips and you use your grips and you get comfortable with your grips, there are some times that you wouldn't want to use them.
Yeah, like anything, any tool that you have, you want to prove that you can go without it.
Yeah, and that's my thing is I told one of the guys at our comp, I said, the way I like to think of things is if I were to leave town and want to go to a CrossFit gym and I forgot all of my stuff, I still want to be okay to do a workout, no matter what the workout is.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to like do some stuff without my grips. Now, don't be dumb. Don't come in here and do Murph without your grips because I just said not to use your grips sometimes. But, on these days where we have, strict pull-ups or lower volume movements, I think keeping the grips in your bag could be a little bit valuable.
So, jump rope. Now, here's another argument for why it's second. Your grips are useless outside of the gym.
Yeah.
Your jump rope isn't. You can throw your jump rope in your travel bag. You're traveling for work.
Hotel.
You can add a nice little circuit in a hotel gym.
Yep.
Or you're just outside at home. You can jump on our extra work or at home track.
You need
You need a jump rope. Yeah, you may need dumbbells, but you could get paint cans.
Yeah. You can get milk cartons.
Milk cart. You can get a lot of things.
I don't think you can drop those from overhead.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you can't drop our dumbbells from overhead either. But a jump rope is very versatile. I think a lot of people are like, oh, well, this jump rope is $170. Yeah, I bet you I could find a $500 jump rope if I really look.
Oh yeah,
You need a $40 jump rope.
if that.
And because, listen, you see the jump ropes here. They're not well cared for because they're not yours.
Yeah.
And I get that. And they have higher use. Your $40 jump rope is going to last a whole lot longer than our $40 jump rope. It's going to be made for you. You're going to care for it. You're going to wrap it up unless you're Piper and not let it get tangled. Now, it's also with a bare cable and a speed rope. Some of those get harder, but a standard everyday jump rope that you could pick up at Walmart or an Amazon or something like that. And I'm not saying to go there. You can go a little higher if you want. I don't know what your budget is.
I think mine was $8, my first one.
But there's lots of things that you can get. I am very surprised by the number of people that do not have a jump rope that are members of this gym.
I feel like people don't really think about buying their own until they compete. Because if you compete, you have to have one.
You gotta have one.
Man, I think I bought a jump rope as soon as I started CrossFit.
So if you're watching
Now again,
this,
they didn't have grips and blah blah blah
Yeah,
as
they
much,
were-
so my choices were easier.
There's not really much shoe variation back in the day.
Yeah,
too.
but I went jump rope real
Metcon.
quick.
Nanos.
Oh, I was wearing Vibram toe shoes. I didn't even buy any CrossFit. I bought lifters before I bought a Metcon.
Really?
Yeah, because it was a hybrid shoe, so I was like, "This is the best of both
perfect.
worlds." Terrible liars.
with your jump rope, if you're new to this, wait, did we cover all the? Because I was going to talk about like when you buy a jump rope, you want to start off buying a little bit heavier jump rope.
Yeah, I went to
A little bit heavier, a little bit longer, maybe.
I
Longer,
think
yeah,
Not excessively longer, but like standard one is you're going to step on it, you're going to stand it. Both handles are going to come to around mid chest,
the nips,
a little bit above the nips for a noob.
a noob. It's okay.
And then as you
Noob
get
up.
more and more efficient with your dubs and your positioning, you're dropping that down.
I think mine comes to like my belly
Yeah,
button.
you may not want to go to where Corey goes. He's
At least
really good at
very
jump rope.
minimal room for error.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have hair. I could grow great hair. It's just I don't want
The
to.
jump rope comes too
I
close.
just, yeah, short jump rope.
Just shave it off with the jump rope. Fourth, belt, knee sleeves, kind of for me.
Yeah.
Wrist wraps, all in that same category.
Yeah.
Here's my problem with the belt. You have to know how to breathe and brace first.
Yeah, and I tried.
And
to-
I use a belt for tactical feedback.
Yeah, I was trying to explain to someone the other day. They're like, "What does that do?" And I was like, "It should only be for tactile feedback, like you
Feeling here.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you knowing that you're bracing.
Yeah.
like it's not going to hold your spine together if you don't know how to lift.
Hey, Corey,
Yes,
how do we brace?
I breathe in, and I brace out against my belt.
Yeah. So we're going to want, if you put your fingers kind of here,
Oh, here.
when you go and breathe in, we're wanting to expand that and see those fingers press out, and we're trying to blow up our stomach like it's a balloon. I think a lot of people brace and they suck in and they tear down.
No, I always tell people when you put the belt on, like you want to
wanna
breathe
press
in and
against-
pop it off.
Yeah.
yeah. And a belt is great, like you said at the very beginning, though, for 85%.
Yeah.
Like 80 to 85% and over on your lifts, a belt is great. But if you're in here and if we're warming up with light kettlebells and you have to throw your belt on, you don't need a belt. You need to learn how to brace.
Oh, when I see people use belts for dumbbell work, it hurts me.
It hurts me.
It hurts.
It hurts, yeah. And like I'll give it to you. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say if we have high volume like deadlifts
Yeah.
or back squats, even if it's a lightweight, okay, there's still a little bit of
If you're using it as like a reminder,
Yeah.
because they're high weights, they're like, hey, I have my belt on, I need to brace.
I need to brace.
If it's tight and you're not breathing through the Metcon,
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering what you're doing.
Yeah, I say that's more of a us needing to address your bracing problem than
Yeah.
you needing a belt. And I will say, like you said it, when I cycle a barbell, there have been multiple times where I've had my belt on and I got my quesadilla pouch and I will clip my quesadilla pouch between the belt and the like metal part, or the barbell and the metal part of the belt. I've a couple times like cut myself.
Yeah.
So I do not do Olympic cycling, or really, unless it's a 1 rep, I don't Olympic lift with a belt.
I can't even do it one.
It stresses
Because
me
and
out.
I don't do it any other time, so I'm not comfortable. So it immediately throws off my game.
So that's how lifters are for me.
Yeah.
Like that's why I gave mine away, because I didn't use them enough to know how to use them. So basically, all they did was put me in my toes.
Yeah.
Which they do. Like that's what lifters do. They have the heel raise. They put you forward, but it was exacerbating the problem. It was making me really Michael Jackson tiptoey.
Yeah.
And that was a problem. And I just didn't use them enough.
All right. Well, we're 30 plus minutes in, so we're going to wrap this up. We're going to talk about something else, but I'll give you a little tease when we finish up. Just any last thoughts?
It's tape. Should probably be your second gear purchase
Yeah.
Oh
for thumbs.
yeah. Tape for your thumbs.
And we'll let you borrow some tape if you forget it.
We'll let you a little bit.
But
But if
couple
you're
times.
coming through our tape every time, I got to be honest, it goes quick and it ain't cheap.
Amazon.
It's cheap,
And-
but not when we're letting 30
Yeah, not when
people
we're letting
use it.
30 people
Yeah.
use it, and I'm going through a shipment a week.
Yeah.
I love y'all, but buy your own tape.
Buy your own tape. Go to Walgreens. Go to Amazon. You can get it for like.
And again, I like
$15
Wad
for rolls.
Nation. That's the stuff that I've stuck with.
Yeah, tape is just like a jump rope.
Amazon.
Like you can find expensive tape,
Yeah, you can find good tape, bad tape.
but like to start, just find some athletic tape.
Yeah, I've tried a couple of brands, and I'm like, I don't like that, and I know people that love that tape.
It's like I think Kramer has athletic tape. That's cheap.
That's generally what Bryce uses.
It's like $2 a roll,
Bryce and I
maybe.
buy unnamed brand.
Yeah, athletic tape.
Yeah.
I've seen the boxes laying around.
If you don't use tape and you hook grip, awesome. Good job, man.
Yeah.
If you don't use tape and you don't hook grip, buy tape, because if you don't hook grip, we're gonna fight you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, please hook grip.
That's my closing remarks. I will fight you.
Okay.
What was our teaser? Give me a teaser.
So the only thing we're going to talk about is we had a member's brother come in this week and tried to tell him to do CrossFit and get started. And he's like, well, but I want to get big.
He wants to get muscular.
And he was like, so what do you do, Corey?
CrossFit?
I do CrossFit.
But like, what else do you do? Like, how'd you get big?
Yeah, it was just CrossFit.
Yeah. Guys, I think CrossFit and all of us spent so much time telling women they won't get bulky.
You won't end up like the girl that was at the games.
And that became that guys can't gain weight or muscle here.
Yeah.
And I balderdash.
Absolute nonsense.
Yeah. We'll go into more on this, but please just don't.
We
Yeah.
got some big guys in here.
Yeah.
We got some
Walk into
beefcakes.
And what we
class
just said about the
like they're
competition,
vital.
we have every single body
Every
type.
shape.
We
And-
cannot change your genetics. We can optimize them.
I'm gonna give a little spoiler alert. A lot of what your size, we'll say your size mostly depends on what you eat.
Yeah, the other
Not-
23 hours.
Yeah. So I want to go into.
And spoiler, we're also going to be fixing the nutrition angle from this gym.
Yeah. We're gonna.
So
keep
stay
your-
tuned for that.
keep your eyes on
Got lots of
horizon.
fun things that we're planning. One other last thing. We're trying to launch a youth program for the summer.
Oh yeah.
Looking for it to be probably 3 days a week, hour and a half. Teenagers-ish age.
Yeah.
Come in and train midday. We'll get more details out this week. But we want to get that up and launched. Would have loved to get it out about a month before school started, before you may have already been another program. So we understand. But we're going to promote it out, see if we can get some traction with that. So if you know anybody with some teenage kids that they're looking for them to stay active over the summer.
This is way more fun than summer school too, because it's us.
Yeah. Let us know. We have ideal times, but really we'll kind of market it to where it works. So if you have some thoughts, we'd love to hear those. Another thing that we're toying around with releasing is a date night on Fridays, where you'll drop your kids off from 5:30 to 6, and then come pick them up around 9. We'll put them through a workout.
Oh, a heck of a gauntlet. We're gonna test
Have
that
some
out.
fun with them. We'll offer some healthy snacks. We'll put a kid-friendly movie on the projector screen. You go have dinner and a movie with your significant other.
Just go home and sit in
Or
silence.
just go home and sit in silence for a little bit.
That's what I do when my
Hopefully your
wife's
kids
not
will be
around.
tired, and we'll knock that out.
You gonna drop her off on Friday?
And you don't
night?
have to be a member for that. So again, if you know anybody, a lot of babysitters left town because college is out. It'll be cheaper than babysitting.
And they're learning.
And they're
stuff.
learning.
And sweating. Like they'll be tired when they get home.
Yeah.
So
So
there's gonna be an age minimum.
I'm not changing diapers.
Yeah. No.
Um,
No poopy pants.
yeah. But other than that,
Oh, poopy pants.
yeah. And I'm not gonna feed them dinner. I'm not gonna bathe them.
We get some popcorn.
Yeah, and I'm not changing diapers.
Yeah.
But
We can hose them down.
yeah.
Take them all out to the loading dock.
I feel like we don't have a permit for that.
Yeah, we probably need some kind of license.
Splash pad. It's just a DIY splash pad.
Yes.
Ah, there we
Right
go.
over the hose.
Oh man, we're really selling this. All right, thanks for watching. If you have anything you want us to cover, as always,
Subscribe.
like,
Share this.
subscribe, share it.
Share it to your friends that are coming in.
CrossFit.